Hello and welcome to the Ganru Show. I'm Golda.
And I'm Wanru.
And this is a podcast that's just like hanging out with your two best girlfriends.
It's like tangoing with Al Pacino in The Scent of a Woman.
Ooh, I would love that. It's like meeting the Dalai Lama and him saying to you, I just figured out the meaning of existence because I met you.
Wow. It's like visiting any popular tourist destination, and there are no tourists there.
Yes, please. In today's episode, me and Wanru will be talking about our bucket list.
Big episode. And you'll find out what Golda's favorite item from Sizzlers is.
And you'll find out why Wanru is aspiring to be the next big social media superstar. Hashtag superflexy.
Get ready for it.
So, let's get started.
So me and Golda like to learn things.
Learn many things.
Have lots of knowledge.
Yes. We are your knowledge tree.
We read.
We listen to people's.
And we are really learned peoples.
We're learned.
So we like to share that knowledge with you in a segment we call The Best Thing I Learned This Week. So, Golda, would you share a little nugget that you learned this week?
Yeah. The best thing that I learned this week was sort of a realization that age is just a number. Mm-hmm. Age is just a number. And
in your case, that number happens to be 32.
That is right. Next year will be 32.
Oh, sorry.
But anyway,
yeah,
age is just a number, and that some things do improve with age. And the reason why I came to this realization is there is a new movie or a movie out on Netflix right now called Wine Country, written and directed by Amy Poehler. Mm-hmm. Amy Poehler from SNL and Parks and Recreation fame. And it centers around Amy Poehler and a group of her female friends who used to work together at a restaurant when they were in their 20s. And one of their friends turns 50 and they decide to go to wine country to celebrate. So comedy ensues when you see how they interact with other people at these wine bars and, various folks, colorful characters out there. But I loved this movie so much. It has really wonderful folks in it, such as Maya Rudolph, Rachel Dratch, Tina Fey, Anna Gasteyer, Paula Pell, Emily Spivey, and a new up-and-comer named Maya Erskine, who is the creator of Pen 15, which is this really great comedy out right now. But what I really loved about it was it touched upon so many taboo things about women getting older.
Oh, interesting.
And they did not make any apologies. They did not sugarcoat things. And it was done in such a hilarious way. It really made me think about how, Hollywood, and not even Hollywood, but just society in general, puts so much emphasis on looks and being skinny and being successful and,
being young.
Yeah, and being young. And here are these phenomenal women, many, all of them in their prime, and they absolutely have so much more to offer. And arguably probably more so than these young fillies because they have so much wisdom and experience, right? And it was really cool to see them together again because, of course, I'm a big SNL fan. And a lot of these ladies were in SNL at the same time. So it was sort of a reunion of sorts. So, I mean, if anything, it reinvigorated my belief that women getting older is a good thing and we shouldn't be just thrown out to pasture. There's definitely a lot of sexiness, a lot of smarts, a lot that we can still do. And these ladies are just gems. And I love seeing them all together. And I want to see more of this.
So, quick question, although this is all wonderful.
Yeah.
And it sounds like a great show. I definitely want to check it out. Wine Country.
Netflix.
What was the thing that you learned?
I learned that age is just a number.
Oh, hey.
And that's
more like an abstract learning, not so much a factoid or something.
Yeah, no, it was age is just a number, and some things, not everything, gets better with age. And I think that's something that, especially if you stop and take a look around every now and again, you'll see that too. Hopefully.
Very cool.
What about you, Unreal?
See, you threw me for a loop.
Why?
Because usually during this segment, Golda will say something like, I learned that subatomic particles are all just energy packets.
Yes.
And energy packets are all gravitons. And that's why we are all just made of air.
I do usually say that.
You know,
I want to mix it up.
Or did you know that like 1600 Mercuries can fit into a Jupiter or something? It's something like usually along those lines.
Yeah. Well, given the topic today being bucket lists, right?
Yeah.
And everything centered around time and age and getting things done and all that kind of good stuff. I thought it might be an interesting thing to bring up.
Very cool.
What about you?
All right. So what I learned was not as uplifting.
Okay.
But it's something that everyone loves.
Okay.
It's about Trader Joe's.
Your favorite.
One of my
You
favorites.
love Trader Joe's. We've talked about Trader Joe's versus Ralph's.
Correct. I love them both in different ways.
All right. So what did you learn about Trader Joe's?
For those of you who are not aware, I love Ralph's because he's my steady boyfriend in the friend zone. And Trader Joe's is the sexy man that comes into town that I want to run off with.
Okay.
But I love them both in different ways.
Got it.
And I love Trader Joe's so much that I started to listen to their podcast.
Okay.
Did you know they have a podcast called Inside Trader Joe's?
I think the way I learned about that was through you because of your obsession.
With TJ's.
No one else talks about it. So tell me, what did you learn?
Well, as I was going into TJ's with my canvas tote, you always bring your canvas tote with you, right, Golda?
Absolutely.
Yes, exactly.
Absolutely.
I was going to go grind some coffee and eat some samples. But as I was going to TJ's for my TJ staples, I noticed on their chalkboard, did you know they hire special chalk artists to paint their chalkboards with their weekly specials?
I was not aware of that. Okay.
They pay a lot of money for these chalk artists.
Okay.
Anyways, so I saw...
As they should. That is a art.
It is an art.
Yeah.
I saw on the chalkboard, they said, check us out, Inside Trader Joe's podcast.
Ooh, so they were filming at that Trader Joe's?
No, it was on their chalkboard. They're
I see.
advertising to listen to it.
Got it.
It is a tight 20 minutes. They have many segments. Very well produced. Very, very impressed by their initial offering.
Yeah? What do they talk about? Like popcorn and stuff?
Yes, they do. They talk about a variety of subjects.
Okay.
Their subjects are as varied as their snack aisles.
Okay. So, but is it food centric?
It's all about Trader Joe's, what they offer,
I see.
and their process.
Okay.
The Trader Joe's, unique Trader Joe's process, which is a little quirky, right?
Yeah.
But it's very cute. So I listened to an episode called We're Nuts About Wine and Cheese,
Okay.
which is
Hey now.
very Trader Joe's.
You've gotten my attention, sort of.
And the best...
Okay.
I'm marginally interested in this topic.
Okay.
But it's very cute. And what I learned is that to get those rock bottom prices on cheeses...
Oh yeah, it's $2 check, right? They still call it $2 check?
Yes, on wines and things like that. Or they employ this same strategy: is they go someplace, they sample a bunch of it, and when they like it, they buy it in bulk.
Okay.
Then they repackage it under their own label.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna do it in the voice of the lady from Trader Joe's.
All right.
I go to Europe, and I buy cheeses in bulk. Bries, English cheddars. And the way we get the really good prices is then we cut the cheeses ourselves.
So you're saying you cut the cheese?
Yes, it's an age-old joke, but we have a cheese cutting room where we cut the cheeses.
Is it well ventilated?
It's well ventilated because there's a lot of cheese cutting happening in these rooms.
Does it make a particular sound when you cut the cheese?
Oh, stop it. You know that. It's a sterile.
This is purely scientific question here.
It's a sterile cheese cutting room. So we have a room for cutting the hard cheeses. We have a room for cutting the soft cheeses, like the unripened bries, because the molds can transfer from the blue cheeses and the bries to the hardened cheeses.
I hear that the hardened cheeses have certain elevations of methane in them. Is that correct?
Stop. Stop. That's our wine guy.
I won't.
He
I won't
loves
stop.
cracking jokes about cheeses. Anyways, this is how this is, by the
Man,
way,
I'm sold if this is what it really sounds like. Is this what it sounds like?
we're gonna get a cease and desist from Trader Joe's immediately. Like, stop talking about our podcast. You're driving listeners away. But for our Ganru listeners, we're just providing a service. This is literally just like a summation of the Trader Joe's.
Absolutely.
Thanks.
Okay.
But what I learned about them is that they buy things in bulk and then they repackage it, and that's how you're able to get those good prices. And you know what? There's a lot of care. They go all around the world to obtain these high quality products for you, okay?
Yeah.
So don't joke about cutting the cheeses, because those cheeses are wrapped and cut with care. You feel bad now, Golda?
No.
But anyways, I already love this store, and it just helped me even appreciate them on a deeper level.
Yeah, they're like an aggregate of all of the cheeses in the world, because they get it from everywhere in bulk. So they kind of do all of the heavy lifting for
true.
you, right?
And I think there's a parallel, because you talk about finely aged women. I'm talking about finely aged wines and cheeses.
There you go.
Yeah, and
There's
there's
that.
a pleasure to be had in all of those things. So that was the best thing that I learned this week.
Fantastic. Today's topic is a good one, and I think we're going to have a lot of fun with this one, Wanru. It is the bucket list, or our bucket list. Wanru, what is a bucket list?
Well, besides for being a hilarious movie starring Jack Nicholson and Morgan Freeman.
Yes, an unlikely duo, yet they made it work.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I would say it's traditionally known as a list of things you want to do or accomplish before you die, i.e. kick the bucket.
Yes. Yeah. So it's things that you want to accomplish, goals, aspirations within your lifetime, hopefully. And the idea is centered around time and being able to do it within a certain period of time.
Yeah, but I don't want to be as morbid as that. I mean, I don't think we have to be as old as Morgan Freeman. By the way, how old is that guy?
Oh,
100?
I think he is at least 100.
I mean, he could, if you told me he was 45, if you told me he's 120, I would believe you. He's ageless in that he's always been old looking.
Do you remember him in the Electric Company? Do you remember that PBS show, children's show, The Electric Company? He was in it with Rita Moreno. Do you know
my
Rita
God.
Moreno? Yeah, he's been doing this acting thing for quite a long time.
I thought you were going to say he was in that show with like Socrates or something. Julius Caesar. Again,
he was
ageless.
sitting on a marble staircase.
Slab. Yeah.
Yeah, with some pillars behind him. Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, but my point is you don't have to be that old to start compiling your bucket list and checking things off, right?
Yes. So what we're going to do is we're going to share with you all a couple of, little bits and pieces of our own bucket list.
Current bucket list.
Yeah, our current bucket list. And we'll also talk a little bit about maybe some things that we've already accomplished.
Yeah.
And, and some other little doodads.
Exactly. Doodads.
So I'll throw it to you, Wanru.
Okay.
Can you share with the good people out there maybe a couple of things on your bucket list?
Absolutely. So let me, they're all over the place. Some
All
are
right.
small, some are big. So this one I actually think I can do. And it is, my first item is ride a motorcycle through Tuscany.
Ooh, good one.
Okay, so when I visited Italy, I saw people riding around on motorcycles, and we had stopped for a beautiful lunch in the Tuscan countryside on a winery, blah,
That
blah,
sounds
blah.
dreamy.
Yeah, and this couple pull up with their guide, and I was like, what are you guys doing? They're like, we're just riding motorcycles through the Tuscan countryside. And they provide everything. They provide the riding gear, the helmets, obviously, and the motorcycle, most importantly.
But bring your own picnic. Bring your own grapes and olives and things like that.
Not much room to carry things on a motorcycle, so you just have to find a nice place to stop off and eat and drink, which is what
That sounds lovely.
maybe not drink too much, but yes, that's so. Wow, what a wonderful thing that would be for me to do because number one, I already have my motorcycle license.
Oh, shoot.
Which is
okay.
which is already a bucket list item that I've checked off, girl.
Nice job. So you know how to ride a motorcycle. Done.
All right, so I don't have to add learn to ride motorcycle on the bucket list.
Yeah,
right?
not a multi-step bucket list item. And you know where Italy is.
And
that's helpful.
Oh, very helpful.
Okay.
And I have use of my vision.
Yeah.
And my 2 hands and 2 legs.
Very handy.
I mean, it's a very feasible
I think you can do it.
Item, right?
I think you can do it. So
Yeah.
did you give yourself a timeline of when you would want to do that? Or it's just on the list?
It's on the list.
Okay.
Anytime I am in the area or if I visit Italy again, which I would love to do, it will definitely be high on the list. Additionally, it would be extra special if I could ride a Ducati.
Ducati.
Ducati. They have a Ducati headquarters someplace in Italy.
Ooh.
And I can visit the mothership, yeah?
This is like an enhancement to the experience. So
it's like a little bit of extra Parmigiano Reggiano on top, because I'm already riding a motorcycle and then I'm riding a Ducati. Anyways, I probably will ride a Honda because those are the most reliable motorcycles. But regardless, that's my first item.
Wow. How did you come up with this particular bucket list item?
I just saw these 2 semi-retired people doing it and I go, I could do that. I should do that. And then I had an urge to push the man off the motorcycle and take over. So that's a good indication that I should be doing it.
Wow, I like that.
Yeah.
So you through observations, through real life observation, you were able to pinpoint this bucket list item.
Yeah.
What else you got?
Okay,
that's a good one.
Other ones are kind of more quick. So, for example, I used to be able to do a back bend when I was a kid.
Oh.
You know,
I don't think I've ever been able to do a back bend, even when I was a baby in the womb. I was just lying down on my side like I do today.
So it's, you know what kids do? It's kind of like that poltergeist thing, right? Or the
back bend.
It's where you put your feet on the ground, your hands on the ground, your back is on the ground.
Yeah. And then you're kind of like in an arch.
Then you lift your abdomen towards the ceiling while keeping your hands and feet there.
Okay.
Back bend. Yeah.
Oh. And that's one of your bucket list item is to become a child again and be able to do a back bend?
So as a child, I mean, up until I was like 12, I could do a back bend. I could even walk around backwards like the woman who turned her head around in what's that?
Exorcist?
Exorcist, yeah.
Oh.
So I used to be able to do that. And then one day in my 30s, I go, let me try it. I could not get off the ground.
Oh, my goodness.
My bones had ossified.
Oh, no.
Somewhere between 13 and 32, ossification. So this is what happens to you when you get old, is your body just
starts
doing a number on
telling you no.
No.
Just starts saying, really?
Girl, you want to go upside down? Walk around like that? Girl.
You better look at your birthday pictures from years past. That's what you used to be able to do.
Do you know how much calcium you have in your bones?
Oh.
Not a lot. Why are you trying to do this right now? Okay. But I have been slowly working on it. And so it was really bad. I couldn't get off the ground. Now I'm like a tabletop. So now I'm trying to get to a beautiful arch like the Sistine Chapel. That's my goal. So it's possible. Something I'm working towards.
Okay. That's a good one. Okay. And that's good for your wellness, your physicality, your health even, right? So it's a good goal to have because it sounds like it could be a multi-step process.
That's a multi-step.
So you can't just wake up one day and be able to do it.
No.
Maybe you can.
Yes.
But for you, maybe you'd have to work up to it.
Exactly.
Okay.
And imagine the great Facebook posts I could make when I hit that goal.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
You'd be like an Instagram star.
I'll do it on top of like a rock or something.
Yeah.
Outdoors with some yoga pants on.
Yeah.
Instant social media phenomenon, right?
Yeah.
All right.
That's a good one. If I could do the back bend and I was going to post the picture for the first time, I would totally make sure like the background was, it would flatter my shape.
What do you mean by this? What do you mean? I need to pick like a geographical formation
like
that makes you look skinny?
No, like I'd go to like the Grand Canyon maybe. And do the back bend so it looks so so that it sort of complements. It's like the can you imagine the frame? Your frame would be the Grand Canyon.
How about this?
How about that?
Arches National Park. Oh, hey.
Oh, there you go.
You doing an arch in front of an arch?
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, and I think too, I do like the yoga pants outfit. I would probably go for maybe something a little bit more skimpy because I'm assuming I would be really skinny to be able to do this.
Correct.
Just show it off.
Multi-step.
Yeah. Show it off.
Right.
Get some athleisure on.
Right, exactly. So,
or in a bikini. I do it in a bikini.
Okay, there you go.
But with some socks because my feet always get cold.
Golda.
Anyway,
has it made it to your bucket list now? Is this your bucket list?
I'm starting to project like maybe I can do this.
Yes, you can. I believe in you. Okay, so
what's
those
your
are my
next
two.
one?
Ride a motorcycle, do a back bend. This is along the same line.
Okay.
But learn Mandarin Chinese again.
Ooh.
Oh, talk about skills I've lost.
Okay.
So the fact that every single time I meet somebody and they go, "You don't speak Chinese? You can't speak Chinese." It's like, yes, I know I lost a huge part of my culture. Blah, blah, blah. I'm a lesser human being. Yes, yes. Please remind me again. Okay. And, I do not fault my parents, but they're too busy working. I was a latchkey kid. They're just trying to get by. They're trying to integrate me in school. They wanted me to learn English.
Yeah.
They weren't about sending me to Chinese school.
Yeah.
But I do know that there are more Chinese and more Mandarin speakers every day in this world. It's a useful language. I have a pretty good foundation already, so to build upon that, it'd be great. And I don't think it would be that hard. I mean, it's like the back bend. I got to work on it every day.
Yeah.
But it's doable.
Absolutely. And there's so many different apps and like like Duolingo, there's that. There's Rosetta Stone. I'm sure, if you subscribe to like Audible or something, there must be some, something that you can play in your car during your commute.
Totally.
Would you ever do like a personal tutor
Yeah, I would be
type
interested in that
situation
too. Yes.
or a classroom setting?
I got it.
What?
A Chinese tutor who is also a yoga instructor.
Man.
2 for 1.
Yeah, what a bargain.
Yeah.
I think Groupon might be able, you can search
me out.
using those, do a little Boolean search. You might, they have everything.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised.
So 15 minutes of Mandarin Chinese, 15 minutes of back bends.
Or
Wow.
the instruction is in Mandarin and then you have to repeat it afterwards. Like something like, first you stretch. So how would you say that in Mandarin?
No idea. Okay, I know.
Or
go.
sign this release from harm that you won't sue me
for bodily injury. I don't even know how to say downward facing dog in Chinese. So go is dog, downward facing.
Go is dog. How do you say down?
I don't know. See how bad my
man, you really got to brush up. You can get those little catchphrases, those little books, those little tiny books that you can get.
Phrase books,
like phrase books. You can get that first, maybe.
Exactly.
Kind of like load up on vocabulary first.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I will say one thing though, and this is regarding our bucket list, and actually kind of my inspiration for this whole episode. Ariana Huffington.
Yes.
The multimedia mogul,
Publisher.
Yeah,
author,
publisher.
yeah.
Everything, and of course the originator of the Huffington Post website.
Yep.
Right. She had a bucket list of all the things she wanted to do before she died, and one of them was learn German. And then, she's Austrian, right?
Oh, I don't know.
Hungarian.
I
So she
have no
actually
idea.
already knows some German, and her goal was to become super fluent. And as the years are passing, she realizes that she's going to prioritize her health, her business, and other things instead of it. And she took German off the list. And I was like, dang, Ariana Huffington can't even learn German. How am I going to learn Mandarin Chinese?
Oh, man.
But I'm keeping it on there.
Keep it on there.
Keeping it on there.
I love it. I like it.
All right. So and I'll just wrap it up. I would love to be interviewed by Oprah?
Oh.
Just to
Can
see
I
her or just talk to her? Yes, absolutely. How about this? I'll change it to being interviewed, the Ganru being interviewed by Oprah.
Ooh.
I will take anybody.
Universe.
We're putting it out there too.
Oprah Winfrey, give us a call and we can talk.
Wow. She's putting in the universe with song.
Yeah.
I would even be okay with, who's that girl on Good Morning America lady? Hoda?
Oh, she's on the Today Show. Hoda. I love Hoda.
Hoda
I really
would be
like
great.
Hoda. Oh, I love Hoda.
I love Hoda.
Hoda is awesome. Yeah.
Barbara Walters? Sure. Why
Sure.
not?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. She's a legend.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Who's the Hoda's friend?
That was Kathy Lee Gifford, but Kathy Lee retired.
All right. It's okay. She wasn't
So
on my
now
list.
it's now Hoda has a new show with Jenna Bush on NBC called Hoda and Jenna.
Okay. I'll pass on the Jenna.
Hoda's fantastic.
Hoda though. Hoda. Hey.
She can who can turn that smile upside down. I tell you who. Hoda can. Love Hoda.
We love her.
Love Hoda.
Okay. So be interviewed by Oprah or Hoda. It's fine. Hold on.
Hold on to the night.
And lastly, this is going to round out my bucket list, is do a spiritual retreat of any kind.
Ooh.
So I don't need to have
what is a spiritual retreat?
You pay money to go someplace, and then you do yoga and meditation for like 5 days in a beautiful, scenic Zen environment. I don't have to go to an ashram in India. I don't have to go to Tibet, although those are two very, very spiritual places. I mean, I don't want to go and be a monk or something, but I'd be happy to do that. I'd be happy to go to Sedona. I'd be happy.
That's a good one.
In Indonesia,
Yeah.
they have a camp where you can go and take care of orangutans for a week.
Wow.
I know.
What a racket.
You're literally
To be
paying.
a laborer.
You're literally paying
A zoo laborer.
for the
But
privilege.
it's a spiritual retreat.
They do not deem it a spiritual retreat. They deem it a orangutan connecting experience. But for me, it would be like a spiritual retreat because I love apes.
Well, they have something locally. I want to say it's like for cats and dogs. It's like a ranch. I want to say it's somewhere in California, or I could be wrong, but we'll figure it out. But the idea is you go and you volunteer to like walk dogs or like feed cats or like clean cages. It's various types of animals, and it's like considered a retreat.
Why aren't I there? I could just go there.
You could just do that.
Just do that.
Yeah. Why don't you start? It's again the multi-step process.
Multi-step.
You can train there. Get your feet wet.
Yeah.
And then do the orangutan.
So
thing.
instead of a bucket list, we'll call it like a Starbucks venti list. Just like a little worse.
Yeah, like a shot glass.
Shot glass.
Shot glass list.
Okay, great.
Baby steps.
Baby steps. So I think that's it. So it's ride a motorcycle.
Yeah.
Do a backbend.
Yeah.
Learn Mandarin Chinese. That's a big multi-step one. Get interviewed by Oprah
Yeah.
or Gail.
Yep.
Call us, Hoda. And then go to a spiritual retreat or a retreat of any kind involving animals, meditation, yoga. I'm open, dude. I'm open.
Yeah, those are really good, and it touches upon so many different types of things. Because one of the things that they say about bucket lists is that it's meant to reflect what you most desire in your life.
Oh shoot! I didn't
Did you know
this was going to
that?
be a psychological test.
It might have been.
What does this say about me?
So let's see. You said spiritual retreat, ride a motorcycle through Tuscany, do a back bend, and learn Mandarin Chinese. What does that say about your innermost desires, Wanru?
Okay, well, it means I want to be a spiritual person.
Yeah, you want to be grounded and centered.
I want to have a connection to my past.
Yes.
I want to be super flexible. I want to show
For
off.
what reason?
I want to show off on social media.
Is that what it is?
That's what it is. It's what I want to be special because I want to wear yoga pants on social media. Don't judge me. I get envious when I see other people doing fun things that I think that I should be doing.
Oh, is that why the motorcycle
The
ride?
motorcycle one.
Oh, I thought it's because you like to travel and learn different cultures.
Okay, yeah, let's say that. Let's say that.
Okay.
No, I love riding a motorcycle. I love riding a bicycle. I love things with two wheels.
Yeah.
And the interview by Oprah is just, that would be the pinnacle of a performer's life, right? As a performer, who better to acknowledge your talents and skills and contributions to the world than Oprah herself?
Is it like a validation thing?
No, just I think she's super cool. And then she's one of the best interviewers. But yeah, I mean, how do you get on our show? By being famous.
Yeah.
Right?
Wow, that's cool.
To be worthy of being interviewed by Oprah is a distinguishment that I aspire to.
You know what I gather from your list here is that definitely at the center of all of this is your need and desire to have connectedness.
Really?
Yeah.
Who am I connecting to?
I don't know. But you are drawn by goals that lead you to be connected to other people.
Really? What does the backbend have anything to do with?
Well, you said because you want to post it on Instagram, right?
No, that's just for me.
Maybe people are commenting and you can connect with them. The backbendedness is just a means to an end.
I see.
Maybe.
Okay.
I don't know. What do I know? I'm not a doctor.
Okay, all right. Well, that's me, my bucket list. I really appreciate the psychoanalysis, actually. Now let's hear about some of your items, Golda.
Okay. All right. Well, the first thing was in regards to visiting the oldest tree in the world.
What? Where is this tree?
And I chose this one because I felt like it's pretty doable. Yet also really cool. And I love trees, and I just think that they're just remarkable forces of nature. And I don't know, there's something to be said about being around a really old tree, hugging a tree, that whole thing. So the oldest tree in the world used to be a tree that was 4,845 years old.
Oh my gosh.
And it is a bristlecone pine in the White Mountains of California.
Wow.
But recently, they found an even older tree. But guess where it is?
In San Marino, California.
Cerritos. No, the oldest tree actually is also in White Mountain, California.
Oh, what?
Boy, White Mountain, California. What's going on over there? But anyway, it's 5,062 years old. So it's 200 years older than that one tree that they thought was the oldest. And that's in White Mountain, California. It's a P. Onogava tree. I don't know what that is.
It's kind of like the Florida of tree communities.
How so?
It's where the old trees go. Yes. The old trees live.
Exactly. There's a retirement community. There's shuffleboard. There's cafes. There's dominoes.
Yeah.
Like the game dominoes.
Yeah, they keep complaining about these young saplings. That keep coming up.
They're a little veiny. So yeah, I would love to visit one of the oldest tree or the oldest tree in the world, and it's in our backyard.
Where is this place?
In White Mountain, California, which is, I believe, Northern California.
Oh, hey.
So that can't be too hard, right?
I have a question. How do they date these trees?
They have them fill out a questionnaire and then, figure out from there. No, just kidding. Oh boy, that was bad. How do they date them? I'm assuming they look at their rings.
No, you have to cut a tree down to look at its rings, right?
Well, maybe they take a sample. I don't know. I'm not a scientist or whatever those people are. Botanist.
I mean, it's like that's very specific. Like 4,008. Oh,
I know, right? The oldest one is 5,062 years old.
Wow.
That's like 3,000 years before Christ. If you believe in that kind of stuff.
Wait,
is that right?
Wait.
Right? Because we're at 2019 now. So if this is a 5,062-year-old tree.
Yes, correct.
Right?
Yes. Woo!
Boy.
God, my brain.
Isn't that something? I could do the math in my head.
That's really good. I was having an aneurysm trying to figure 3,000 years. It's
That's
actually
amazing.
known. It's actually lived longer before Christ than it has.
Yeah. It's amazing.
Right.
So that was my that was one that I felt like that would be super cool,
That's
be
cool.
part of
And
history
doable, yes.
and doable. Sort of related to that was I want to sleep in a treehouse.
Oh yeah, doable.
But you know what? Not just any treehouse. What?
Which one?
I want to sleep in a glamorous treehouse.
Oh my god.
What are those glamorous? Not like the one that your like 5-year-old neighbor next door built.
It's all rickety
No, I don't
and
want that
shaky,
one.
and there's
It's
like
got,
nails coming out
Yeah,
of
like
the
potato chips on the floor. I don't need that one. I mean the glamorous one that you find on that show, like the National Geographic show.
Yeah,
One of
glamping.
those.
You want to glamp it up.
Yeah. The ones where like the ceiling is open. You can stare up into the sky and the stars when you go to sleep in the treehouse. How cool is that, huh?
Doable. Very doable.
Yeah, so that's kind of related. That's my tree theme one.
Let me ask you, do they offer a glamping experience in a treehouse that's really, really old?
I don't know.
Because then 2 for 1.
You know what's interesting is that there are these sort of travel services that cater towards folks who want to cross things off their bucket list.
Oh, wow.
So there are those services out there. I don't know any offhand off the top of my head, but I heard that there are these companies that will make it happen for you, of course, for a pretty penny.
Right.
I'm sure. So, but yeah, I'm sure there is probably a way. Or you know what? Here's the other thing that's just a really good point is that if you do have a very specific item on your bucket list, you don't necessarily have to do that specific thing. But if you could do something kind of similar, good enough bucket list check off the list item.
I haven't learned Mandarin Chinese, but I've learned Pigeon.
That's close.
Close.
Close enough.
Close
That's
enough.
fine.
That's fine.
That's fine.
That's fine.
Yeah.
All right.
So
Okay.
that's my tree themed bucket list item.
Perfect. Both doable.
Yeah. The second thing I wanted to do was I've always wanted to do this, and I think you've done it, and that is to go to Machu Picchu.
I have not.
Oh, you haven't? Okay.
No.
Hey, maybe we can go together.
Maybe we can go together.
Wouldn't that be fun?
That'd be so much fun. Yeah.
Yeah, I've always wanted to go to Machu Picchu. Always wanted to go to Machu Picchu. I don't know why. It's just calling me. I think that it's a multi-step process though, Wanru, because I hear that there's a lot of hiking involved. It's a lot of steps. And like people like
literally there's like 100 steps, thousands of steps.
That's the one thing I hear from people who have come back from Machu Picchu is they always say, "Oh, girl, you got to like work out."
Well, my friends
beforehand.
My friend's like 70-year-old mother got to the top, so I think we can do it.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I think I have the health and wellness of maybe a 99-year-old woman. So apparently it's
the outer appearance
Yeah.
of a 25-year-old woman, luckily.
Oh, that's lovely. I'll take that.
Okay.
I'll take that. But anyway, that's the other thing that's on my list. A lot of stuff that was on my list, and I just wanted to give you just a sampling of it, had to
Sure.
do with travel.
Oh, by the way, if we go to Machu Picchu,
Yeah.
it'd be Ganru
Ganru Chichu.
Ganru Chichu, which is also another Pokemon character as well that they're coming out with. But anyways, okay, go
Yeah,
ahead.
Ryan Reynolds, right? Okay, so and then sort of related to the whole travel thing is I've always wanted to go to the Frida Kahlo Museum in Mexico.
Oh, yes.
Always wanted to go. That is absolutely doable.
Yes.
Absolutely
That's so doable. It's like a 4-hour flight, 2-hour
Yeah.
flight. I don't know, 4 hours, I think.
Yeah, I think it's about 4 hours. And
Oh, man.
the museum is actually called the Blue House, and it is her home that she used to actually live in. And they made her house a museum, and it's got some of the only pieces of Frida artwork out there that will never be toured. I know that there was a gallery in New York that had some of her pieces.
Very cool.
But there's a lot that they won't remove from the Blue House Museum because that's just the way it is.
That's
so I would
totally
love
doable.
to do that. I mean, fantastic, very inspirational artist, and I would love to be there in her space.
Do you know that I can cross one thing off of my bucket list that I didn't even know I wanted to do?
What's that?
You know her husband's Diego Rivera, right?
Yep.
So he actually painted a mural in my dorm.
What?
But I just walk by it every day on the way to the dining commons.
Wow.
And then one day I looked at it and I go, is this a Diego Rivera? It looks like in the style of Diego Rivera.
Yeah.
And on the bottom, it was his. And I
No
started
kidding.
touching it with my bare, greasy, oily hands, eating frozen yogurt like in one
The
hand.
alarm didn't go off?
It was completely naked.
Like, open to everybody.
Open to everyone. And I just marveled at it and I touched it. So I've touched an
That's
authentic Diego
awesome.
Rivera mural. 2 years later, they removed it.
Where'd they put it?
No idea. I'm gonna Google that. But they
This
took
is
it
at
away.
Berkeley, UC Berkeley,
It's
right?
at UC Berkeley. And my dorm, Stern Hall, had a Diego Rivera.
Wow.
I better fact check that just to make
Wow.
sure. But if that's true, then I have laid hands on a Diego Rivera authentic.
Wow, that's amazing. The closest I got to touching a piece of actual artwork was this investment company that I used to work with at downtown LA when I was in college. I would work there during the summers and holidays. They had original Ansel Adams prints.
Lovely.
Like original, like the real deal.
Yeah.
But it was behind a glass case.
With laser beams and
No laser beams.
just
No
the
laser beams. So I was like touching it. It's got all
glass.
my fingerprints on it.
the glass, right?
Yeah, the
you go.
glass.
Okay. Yeah.
But it was amazing. I mean, that was probably the closest I was actually able to get, without like a security guard, like trying to tackle me to the floor. But
Fantastic.
yeah, so Frida Kahlo Museum in Mexico City, would love to do that. The other thing is kind of similar to you, is in relation to meeting some of your heroes, right?
Oh, yeah.
Meeting some folks. I mean, definitely Oprah Winfrey is on that list. Here are some other people that might not be on everybody's list, but maybe. I want to meet Jack Black.
Oh,
I want to meet
fantastic.
Jack Black. I want to hang out
Why-
with Jack Black. I want to have lunch with him. I want to like chill out. I want to do laundry with him. I love Jack
Why
Black.
Jack Black?
Oh my gosh. I feel like he's my little kindred spirit. I feel like, anything he does, I'm just laughing my ass off. It doesn't even matter what he's doing. Did you see Jumanji, the new version of Jumanji?
I cannot say that I have. No.
Oh, girl, you are missing out. It has got The Rock in it and some other people I can't remember at this time. But oh my God, I won't give it away, but Jack Black's character in Jumanji, he does something so unique. I'm just hats off to him.
You're making me so curious.
Oh, he's so good. He's so good. He's the best thing in that whole movie, and that movie is good. So that's saying something.
Okay.
They're going to have a sequel to that. But I mean, I've always been a fan. Shallow Hal, fantastic. Tenacious D is his musical group that he has. It's been around for a long time. And also School of Rock. I mean, come on. I quote that movie. Such a great movie. I love him. So Jack Black is one. The other person was to meet a Beatle. Any surviving Beatle?
Of which
Paul, Ringo.
Oh yeah, there are only two.
Yeah,
left.
there are only two left.
Yeah.
I'll take Paul.
Okay.
Paul or Ringo. And then two women that I really want. I mean, I'm just going to say Oprah just because everybody does. But other than Oprah, two other women that I want to meet. The first is Sandra Bullock, just because I think she's cool.
She's very cool.
I think we would be like total buds.
Yeah.
And the second person is Emma Thompson.
Oh, whoa. Why Emma Thompson?
I have always loved Miss Emma Thompson. I have always, even when she was with that one dude, Kenneth Branagh, I remember thinking, she's too good for him. She is too good for him.
Are they together
And this was early on, like during the Dead Again days, that movie Dead Again. Do you remember that movie, Dead
I
Again?
don't, no.
They starred in it together. And I'm like, well, is this her husband? He's kind of weird, whatever. But Emma Thompson, she wrote or adapted the screenplay for Sense and Sensibility.
Yes, I remember that
one year. And she actually won the Academy Award for that. I just find her really smart, talented, witty as shit. I mean, she's just fantastic. And she's grounded and she's got like this, she's a broad, which I love. You know what I mean by broad?
She's a classy broad, though.
She's classy, but she's also like, she didn't give a shit. She's just like, I'm just going to say whatever. And it's not because of her age. She's always been that way.
I agree.
So Emma Thompson is someone that I'd love to meet as well. So anyway, that's a little bit about the meet the people bucket list items.
That's a lot of cool people.
I know. I got to get cracking.
Okay, can we review your list again?
Oh, I forgot already.
Okay.
I have so many. I mean, Wanru was like, oh, we're only going to go over a couple of them. I'm like, I have so many items. But my list
That's
was...
great. It means you have a lot of interests and aspirations still in your life, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, and they're so varied.
Yeah. I mean, the one thing that I really want to do is I want to introduce a piece of legislation that will help better the lives of my community.
Oh, really?
I don't know what the legislation is yet, but I feel like that's the way to go if you want to introduce long-term change, is to introduce a good piece of legislation. And the last thing, this is my absolute last thing before I end this whole thing.
No problem. Go ahead.
Is you know how I love Christmas.
Yes.
I love me some Christmas and the holidays. I would like to create some sort of offering to the Christmas legacy out there. So whether it's to be in like a Christmas movie, like your Home Alone, your what's that movie with Jimmy Stewart?
Wonderful Life.
Yeah, it's a Wonderful Life. Like
Die Hard.
Die Hard. Yeah, the whole series.
Yeah,
a Christmas movie, a Christmas TV show, or a Christmas song that will last the ages.
That will every year be released again. Like it will be refreshed and brought back into the mainstream.
Yeah.
People will watch it or listen to it.
Yeah, that's like a classic. And I think that I may have already kind of checked that box with our Ding Dong Dings.
Oh, yes,
In case you guys don't know, the Ding Dong Dings is a sketch that we filmed several years ago, it feels like. And it's about a defunct Christmas caroling group and what they do when their star soprano quits. And the very talented Wanru is in that as well. So I kind of have already laid the groundwork there, but just want to keep going. I just love Christmas so much.
Hey, just one quick little thing I got to throw in there because I'm a closet Tom Cruise fan.
Ooh.
I never tell anybody because they're like, oh,
I like
crazy.
Tom Cruise. I know he's a little cray, but he's such a good actor.
He's such a talented
action actor, I should say.
Yeah.
Beeps.
So I want to star. It could be like a 20-second scene. It could be a 15-second scene. I want to be in a scene with Tom Cruise in one of his movies.
Ooh,
like
that's
I could be
good.
the waitress that that they hold up because like the robbers need a hostage, and I'm like being held up. I'd be like and the robber's gonna shoot me.
Yeah,
and then Tom Cruise does a flying kick and like knocks him out.
Yeah,
and I'd be like, oh my god, thank you.
Yeah,
you
could be like in the next Mission Impossible movie because he's gonna continue that until he's like 500 years old.
True.
Because he will live until he's 500. Dianetics has found a way.
Dianetics. Ron Hubbard has found a way.
Yes, Scientology has found a way.
But yeah, I could be the waitress that's holding like a plate of food and then he runs by me because he's always running, right?
Yeah.
And then he like knocks the plate of food and I go, yeah.
Oh, I could see that.
Or adios mio. I don't know why. I just Spanish. Just, whatever. Or zut alors, French, whatever country I'm in the Mission Impossible movie. Oh, that would be a dream. Just to have him like knock food on my face.
That's a good scenario. I also see that he's always in airports in Mission Impossible movies. Maybe you can be like a desk ticket attendant or
a sassy.
Or a sassy desk ticket associate.
Your passport's going to expire in 6 months, Mr. What's his name?
Ethan Hawke? No, Ethan Frome? No, that's a book.
Mr. Ethan, your passport's going to expire in 6 months. We're not going to allow you on the plane. Dun, 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 dun. And then something happens.
Something happens.
I get blown up.
Yeah. Something. Totally.
All right.
And then it ends up, that would be great.
What?
Is it ends up that Tom Cruise takes off his mask.
Oh my God.
You're actually Tom Cruise.
Oh, yes.
That would be amazing.
Put that on my bucket list.
I would pay some good money to see that.
Bring the scroll. I need a ostrich feather to add this to my bucket list.
I love it.
You help me form it, which is basically be a character that Tom Cruise in a Mission Impossible movie rips off the mask to reveal that he's been Tom Cruise the whole time.
Okay, I have another added bit to this.
And
okay,
as an actor, myself, I get to do my best Tom Cruise impersonation because I am Tom Cruise.
You are him.
I will be revealed to thee, and so I could be the whole time be like, whatever Tom Cruise does as me.
Yeah.
And when they pull off the mask, of course, because she was acting like Tom. Oh, that's
brilliant.
You really elevated my bucket list item.
Okay, I'm so glad.
Ahead.
Well, here's another layer where we can incorporate our bucket list items.
Okay.
What if I wrote the next Mission Impossible movie, but it was a Christmas theme with Tom Cruise and all his other friends, right? And then I could write the seed into it. Hey now,
yeah.
I think we got a plan going here.
Okay, I'll pitch you one. Okay.
Okay.
Jumanji 2 or 5 or whatever this is.
Yeah.
Starring Sandra Bullock,
Yes.
Jack Black,
Oh my gosh.
Golda Inquito.
Yes, girl.
Who else you got on the list? Emma Thompson.
Oh my
Oh
goodness.
my God. Who else?
Oprah.
Oh, Oprah.
Oprah's in it.
Cameo.
Yeah.
Who else is on your list?
Paul McCartney.
Paul McCartney.
Why not?
Why not?
Why not?
A cameo.
An odd combination.
Anybody else on that list? The Rock, of course, because The Rock you gotta have The Rock.
I have so many people on my list. Dalai Lama's in it. Is the Dalai Lama in there? Put him in there.
Put him in there.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah.
And a Christmas themed Jumanji 2.
Oh. Wow.
With a solo song by you in the middle of the movie.
Yeah.
With all of those stars. Oh, no. Duet with you and Jack Black.
Oh, I would love
my
that.
God.
That would be amazing.
A duet with Golda and Jack Black.
I love Jack Black.
Oh
He's
my
so
God.
awesome.
You know what it is that you
He's
two
so awesome.
share?
What's that?
Commitment.
Oh.
He is truly one of the most committed actors I've seen on film.
He sure is. And he goes for it. That's what I love about him is he does not hold back.
And if you guys were to be paired, you would be able to match.
Oh man,
him for sure.
it would be a mess. And so good. So good. Oh, I love that.
God.
I love that. So those are mine. I mean, just a little sampling. So we ask you, what is your bucket list? And have you started writing some of your bucket list items down? I mean, I think that there are some critics out there who say that bucket lists aren't a good thing, Wanru. Have you heard of these little poo-poo platters that are saying this?
What are these Debbie Downers?
Oh my God, they're such downers.
Why do they say that?
Well, they say that the bad thing about having a bucket list is bucket lists then represent this endless striving for satisfaction. It's like endless, right? And that it defines consumerism. They actually think that it was marketers that came up with this bucket list idea in order for you to feel encouraged just to keep buying things.
But none of the things on our list were actually physical items. I mean, we didn't want to own like a Maserati or Ferrari.
That's
or
true,
something.
right? It's experiences.
It wasn't like
anything else.
own the latest iPad. I mean, that wasn't on my list.
That's true. And then they also criticize that a lot of bucket list items force you to focus more on the individual. But that's not necessarily true either. So fuck you guys. I still say let's have our bucket list. I wanted to put that out there because there are going to be a bunch of poo-poo people who are going to say that. Damn.
I'm not alone. I'm with Oprah.
Okay. There are actually, I think there are some famous people who have like posted bucket lists. Like Cameron Diaz has hers posted somewhere, I heard.
Wow.
And Bill Clinton, I think also. I wonder what his looks like. But yes.
Yeah.
I think that it's a fairly common practice out there. And for me, I feel like having it sort of stretches you in terms of finding what's possible.
I agree. I feel like it's so expansive to think about these things. All the things you mentioned excited me and stimulated me. I was going to say it's a common theme of all your bucket list items, Golda, is they're very elevated.
Ooh, yes.
Right?
Do analyze me.
You're aspirational.
Okay.
You're elevated. You have dreams. You dream big.
Yeah.
You're not like, I want to see a tree. I want to see the oldest tree.
Yeah.
I don't want to camp in any tree. I got to camp in a glamorous tree.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
I don't want to go to any mountain. I want to climb the most well-known and mystical mountain, Machu Picchu.
Yeah.
Okay. You kind of have these aspirational type things. Mine are more sort of like self-improvement oriented, right? Yours
What does that say, though? What does that say? Why do I have such aspirational, heightened things? What does that mean?
Because you dream big.
I think in another life, I had servants.
You had what?
I had servants.
Oh, servants. Oh,
in another life, I had servants.
Of
I
course.
think that's why I gravitate towards some of these elevated things.
Because you are a queen. You were a queen.
I was a king of Sweden. I've been saying all this time. I was a king of Sweden.
Queen. Always be a queen.
I'm telling you. I think this is we're hitting on something here, Wanru. It's not only these bucket lists is not only meant to reflect what you most desire, but maybe it's meant to reflect a previous life. Oh, let's open that Pandora's box.
Oh boy.
Or not.
In a previous life, I was very inflexible. I know. In a previous life, I was a Chinese acrobat.
Oh, there you go.
Oh my God! I'm having
You're an
a
Olympian.
Moment. I'm having a moment. It's kind of like why I want to learn Mandarin Chinese and why I want to do a backbend. I was a Chinese acrobat.
You were probably in the Olympics when they had it in Italy.
Hey.
There it is.
I think I was an acrobat and I rode a unicycle around.
Oh.
Do you think that could have been it?
I think that could have been it during the year that Top Gun was released. That's probably how this all is connected.
It can't be because I was still alive in this life when Top Gun was released.
No, because souls can kind of hop around, apparently. I have no citation for this.
Okay. All right.
As usual. Just pulling shit out of my ass.
Okay. All right. So before we wrap up this topic, to kind of address the concerns that the haters say about bucket lists, would you mind sharing some things that you have already accomplished so that we can savor these experiences and have gratitude for them?
Yes, absolutely. The first thing that comes to mind is being able to visit Salzburg, Austria, and do the whole Sound of Music, everything. That was a huge bucket list item I crossed off my list. I've always wanted to do that ever since Sound of Music is my all-time favorite movie. Loved it, everything, and I got to do it. So
tell them about singing and walking up that part.
Oh gosh, yeah. So totally did all of the Doa deer, a female deer, did the Edelweiss, did all of the songs, did the Abbey song. But
didn't you walk up to the gate and sing a song or something?
Yeah. It was the Doa deer, right? Doa deer, a female deer. And then there's that scene when Maria goes with the kids all over Salzburg and she climbs these stairs and then the kids are kind of alternating between steps to replicate keynotes.
Yeah.
And then when Maria, played by Julie Andrews, gets to the top of the hill, or the top of the stairs, she sings the highest note and she holds her head and she kind of holds her stomach when she sings the highest note, or she points up. And so we did that. We sang and we pointed to the sky.
Did you hit that high note?
Girl, please. Girl. www.durwoodrocks.com. Durwood album is on Apple, iTunes, and Spotify if you want to take a listen. Anyway, so that was a big bucket list item. What about you?
Amazing. Okay, so mine are very simple. They're kind of. Am I simple-minded here?
No, not at all.
Anyways, there are a lot of the things that people all over the world had said they wanted to do, but I'm filled with gratitude that I was actually able to do them. They sound simple, but they're actually amazing, each in their own right.
Yeah, let's hear it.
I learned to ride a motorcycle.
That's amazing.
I used to own one. I wasn't say I was great, but I owned one. I used to tool around on one of those, so it's a skill I can cherish for life.
Absolutely.
I wandered the streets of Venice at dusk alone.
Ooh!
Oh my God! It was
lovely.
Nobody there, which is
where
beautiful.
Was everybody?
They left the island.
Festival.
I don't know where they were.
Oh.
They left the island. They usually come during the day. I have seen the Mona Lisa at the Louvre in Paris, as have you.
Nice.
Right?
Yeah.
I have seen the Grand Canyon. Beautiful. That's one of the amazing wonders of the world.
Yeah.
I've seen Northern Lights.
Yeah.
I've seen a Santorini sunset. with my good friend Liz. See, none of these things were solo activities except for wandering Venice alone. But I was usually with my friends.
That's hot, lovely.
And I even raised a puppy, which is one of my, ever since I was a kid, I've always wanted a pet and I've always wanted a puppy. And I got myself one as an adult and I raised it to adulthood. And he's doing great, knock on wood. 10 years young, yeah.
Well, I will say, I mean, that's phenomenal that you were able to do those. That's a lot.
That's a lot. I know.
It's a lot of good stuff there.
I'm appreciative of all those things.
Yeah. I mean, one of the things that that was on my bucket list that I mentioned earlier was to meet Paul McCartney. Not quite meeting Paul McCartney, but Paul McCartney is going to be in concert here in Los Angeles at Dodger Stadium in July, and we got tickets to that because that was on our bucket list was to see Paul McCartney. So we're going to do that.
Amazing.
Yay. Right?
And then 2020, Machu Picchu.
Machu Picchu.
Ganru Ichu.
Machu Picchu. Chichu. So what about speaking of bucket list, it definitely conjures up kicking the bucket. Doesn't it? That's how it all was coined, debatedly. Is that a word? Debatedly. Anyway, I won't go into how bucket list was coined, but if you start thinking about like your last meal, what would your last meal be?
I already know. Do you have yours ready?
Yes.
So usually last meal is administered before you go to the gas chamber. Or,
right.
Committed a horrible crime.
So when we steal something from Machu Picchu and we're put in jail and set to the death chamber because we stole a piece of rock or something,
a relic or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, they got a million relics, right? I mean, what's one little totem? Anyway,
exactly. So
what would be your
my last meal? I would call. I've already got it. It's the carb train to the gas chamber.
What?
It would be a carb train. Like get on the train. It's all carbohydrates.
Okay.
I start off with garlic bread.
Ooh.
Or bread and butter. I mean, why not? All of it.
I say garlic bread.
Okay, bread and butter.
Yes.
Or like what is that? Breadsticks.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Okay.
It's got to be bread first.
Got it.
Okay.
Good
then
one.
It's spaghetti bolognese.
Oh my gosh, you are like you're speaking my language here.
Okay, here we go. It would be Chinese stewed pork with soy sauce over rice.
Ooh, yummy.
Yummy, right?
Love it.
All right, what other carby things do I want to eat? In this, it's all carbohydrates. Oh, might do some French fries, tater tots. Yeah, tater tots with some like carne asada on top. Carne asada nachos. All these carby, snacky things, and then it would be a dessert train. I'm to the gas chamber. I'm going to be eating like eclairs, macarons, tiramisu, carrot cake, red velvet cake. Should I go on?
Wow.
Ferrero Rochers. I mean, when they put the needle in my arm, I'm going to be like, Kit Kat.
Wow.
Munch.
You wouldn't want
Twix.
any food that's like those like luxury like deluxe foods.
You know, when you're about to die, you don't really need.
You don't need to get fancy.
You need comfort. Right? This is my thought. My friend Al, I'm giving you a shout out.
Hi, Al.
He had a perfectly his meal is so refined. He's like, well, I will have an aperitif, and then I will have a green salad, and then his was like a 7-course meal, and he ends it with.
So you asked him this question?
Yeah,
okay.
And he ended it with an espresso, just a plain espresso with nothing in it, and I was like, you're so classy. I'd be eating
eating Thrifty's ice cream
all the way, butter pecan, mint and chip, Fosselman's ice cream, bonbons. I mean. Because it's almost like your body's it's going to be a goner. So why not pollute it with all those things that you're trying not to? Onion rings, fried, every fried. Oh, yes, I know.
Onion rings.
Carl's Jr. Western Bacon Cheeseburger.
Oh.
I have not eaten that in 15 years.
Oh, man.
Because I stopped eating
beef. They still make that?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That sounds good.
Oh, man. All right. So that's it. You know what it is. Oof. It's a carb train of junk food straight to the gas chamber. What about you?
I would definitely still be keto. Not.
Okay, let's start it off. Let's kick it off.
I mean, I've gone this far, right? I'm going to commit. No, I would definitely.
Your cholesterol is going to be below 200 when when they electrocute you.
Well, I think that I was thinking of some items that have given me joy throughout the years. And the first thing might not be a very popular thing, but it was popular for me and my sister when we were growing up. And that is sauteed chicken livers with a bowl of white rice.
Oh,
Hey,
what? Golda.
give it here. Nom, nom, nom.
Golda.
Yeah.
You would your last
garlic.
meal would include
little tomato.
sauteed chicken liver.
Girl, you know it.
Oh my!
I ain't fronting. Sauteed chicken livers
Because
with some jasmine rice.
It's a comfort food, right?
Totally.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so there's that. Then
Okay.
I would get a authentic Parisian crepe with just butter and sugar.
Oh, so
Steaming.
classy.
Steaming. It's so good. It's so delectable.
With the crystal, the sugar should still be crystallized on it.
So good. And then I would get some Thrifty's ice cream, some chocolate brownie. It's a double chocolate brownie.
Is that the flavor?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, get a little bit of that and then maybe put some like caramel sauce and like hot fudge sauce on top.
Yum.
Yes, girl. I am not messing around. And then I would have to make it because I like that. I only like the way I make it, which is spaghetti with meat sauce.
Oh, hey. What's the secret to your spaghetti with meat sauce?
I ain't telling you.
You're taking that to the
I'm taking it to the
gas chamber.
So I would get the spaghetti and meat sauce, but then instead of getting
Quick question. Does it involve banana ketchup?
No.
That's what all Filipinos do. They put banana ketchup in their
I'm
spaghetti.
not a fan. I'm sorry. I'm going to get hate mail, but not a big fan of banana ketchup. But I would have my spaghetti with meat sauce, just a big old pasta bowl full of that. Oh, and then I would like scoop up the sauce with not just any garlic bread or not just any bread, but I would use the Sizzler toast.
What's Sizzler toast?
You guys know what Sizzler restaurant is?
Yes.
Okay. You know how they always give you that toast with your steak? It's like breaded on one side and then the other side is totally doughy. I would want it with that. Very specific with the Sizzler butter toast.
Gotcha. All right.
Okay. And that's pretty much it.
What about dessert?
I already got my Thrifty's ice cream.
Oh, gotcha.
And then I already have my like chicken livers. And then I got my crepe. Oh, beverages.
Drinks. We didn't even touch drinks.
Oh my goodness. I think I would want coffee actually. I would want like that espresso.
Yeah.
With like some heavy cream.
Cappuccino.
Oh, I'll put some chocolate up in there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I might go for like a root beer float.
Ah.
Dr. Pepper. Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper.
Just the regular, not the diet. Although diet is very good. Just the regular old Dr. Pepper.
That sounds good. I think would want some cotton candy.
Why?
Because I've never had one since I was like 5 years old. It's like, let's have that again. Let's just do that.
Let's just try that. Let's
Let's try it on for size.
Oh God.
So anyway, I feel like we sort of reverted to like our childhood like meals.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And you know what? If we were analyzing this, it's because maybe we had very happy childhoods.
Oh, hey. Yeah.
And that's why. And maybe it took the gas chamber to make us realize that.
Exactly. So
there you go.
Just something I'm learning from this whole podcast is do not let death be the thing that motivates you to do the things that will bring you joy.
Yeah. I think that's the one great thing about having this bucket list is that you can start seeing some trends and there are things that you can do and who knows what your next steps will be. It'll be informed by this information.
Exactly. So join us in 2020. Machu Picchu. Like a Santorini sunset, our podcast has come to an end.
Wave splash, wave splash, wave splash. I'm assuming that's what Santorini sounds like.
Right. There's
pretty close though,
seagulls?
right?
There's seagulls there? Okay.
Yeah, it's a coastal town, isn't it?
Yeah. It's surrounded by the ocean.
More or less.
Sure. Yeah, more or less.
Or it's Italian, so it'll be like They're
actually Greek, but it's okay.
Oh, is it Greek?
It's Greek, but
I thought Santorini was in Italy. No, I'm
I
totally lost.
I misled you because I kept talking about riding my motorcycle around
man.
Italy. By the way, if I
need to look at a map.
become incapacitated, I will ride my scooter around Tuscany. You know those Lark scooters that old people ride?
Yes, like Vespas.
No. The ones that they ride around like Walmart.
Oh, yeah.
I'll ride that instead. So
Got it.
lots of options. So as our podcast comes to an end, just like everyone's life must come to an end.
Oh,
Geez.
boy.
Boy.
What a downer.
What a downer. What golden nugget will you be taking away from today's episode, Golda?
Well, the golden nugget that I'm going to take away is that the next time that I am at the Los Feliz Gelson's, which is actually conveniently enough right across the street from the Celebrity Scientology Center, and I do run into Tom Cruise, I'm going to pitch him this Christmas Mission Impossible mask idea.
Oh my God.
I'll tell him I haven't figured out the rest of the plot, but it centers around this main scene. I think I'm going to get him. I think I'm going to get him on board.
I think
I'm going to corner
totally
him
possible.
at the Gelson's across the street from the Celebrity Center.
I see it happening already. Universe.
What about you, Wanru? What are you taking away?
Well, it's interesting. It wasn't what I expected.
Okay.
I will always remember the chicken livers with garlic over jasmine rice.
Ooh.
And what I will
good.
What I'll remember about that is that's probably something your mom threw together because there was nothing to eat.
Yeah, pretty much.
It was just like one of those last minute type dinners, right?
Yeah, we just had some chicken livers lying around in the freezer. Just like, what can I do with this? Let's saute some onions and garlic and tomatoes. Voila.
Yeah, it was one of those kind of just put something hearty and nutritious together with whatever I had. And you like it so much that you would actually eat that as your last meal.
Love it so much.
It goes to show that it's, in life, it's those experiences you don't expect that'll stick with you for the long run.
Yeah.
Yeah. So cherish the big and little events in your life every day. I guess that's what I'm learning.
Aw, that's a good lesson to learn. And we hope that you have learned something along the way of our podcast today and that you enjoyed this episode and us as the Ganru Show. And if you have enjoyed today's episode, we invite you to subscribe to us and share us and the show with all your friends and all your families and the people that you run into at your high school reunion. Right. And when
you're at Gelson's, Ralph's, and Trader Joe's.
You're pumping your gas, show people like the app and how to download us. And remember, we do tape each episode live and we post it on YouTube as well. So if you'd like to see us in all of our glory and see our facial expressions and, how we look at each other.
Always lovingly.
Please check us out, The Ganru Show on YouTube.
Yeah. And you can also listen to us on every podcast provider out there. So whatever kind of phone you have, smartphone, Apple, whatever, you can listen to us on Apple, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Overcast, Stitcher, and you can ask Siri or Alexa to play us on your home pods and phones by asking for the Ganru Show.
That's so funny that that's the accent. It's like that long A, the Ganru Show with Siri and Alexa.
Yeah, it's almost like they're Southern.
The Ganru Show.
So until next time,
I'm Golda.
And I'm Wanru.
And this has been the Ganru Show.
See y'all.
Toodaloo now.
See y'all later.
Toodaloo.